Yep, yep. Everything I blame it on the so-called white man. Because you know why? Because they control everything. I went into Walmart today, and the so-called greeter, the guy, you know, they had people to sitting at the door, the greeters and stuff like that. Uh, I'm assuming that the Uncle Tom was off today, and the so-called white man that's really, I think he the owner of Walmart. He be there all the time. He's like a manager and the owner and everything, probably. You know, with so-called white people. So he probably steals something new I came in there today because he got his damn phone when he at home. He got his phone where he can check and look at all the cameras the whole time. He probably be in his room. I mean, you know, he probably no matter where he at in his house. I'm just saying because you know how so-called white folks is. They can see everything. He can probably see in that whole store at his house. Yeah, he probably have the surveillance and all of that hooked up from Walmart to his house. You just never know about this enemy. You know, Esau got the so-called white folks. They got that. You'll be surprised the stuff that they try to be slick about, and they probably got stuff where they can see through your house, through their roof up in the roof. They got some satellites probably that shine like cameras that they can see everything that you doing in your house. I think it was a brother that told me this years ago about Esau. They know everything. And when you ringing yourself up at the see they got them self checkout registers. That so-called white man that own that bastard that be trying to watching people and stuff like that to see if they taking anything and stuff like that. He got all them computers hooked up to his phone, so when he home, he can see all that shit. Mm-hmm. Esau is something else. Probably see everything close up. You know, the registers and everything. Yeah. So because the so-called white folks, they promote everything, any and every damn thing. They don't give a damn what the hell it is. They had a guy, a so-called white man, white dude, came in my live, yeah, in my live on TikTok, and just came up in there talking about just some sick ass, nasty shit. He came in there, but when I got the Bible and pointed out different scriptures that his ancestors is gonna go into slavery for what they have done to the black, Hispanic, and Native Americans, he held up and got his ass out of my life. He came in that bowl to my, oh, I want to kiss you. That was so sick. You know what I'm saying? Like, how could you feel comfortable with saying that to another? Oh my goodness, man, that is so sick, man. You know what I'm saying? To just to even think like that. The white folks, man, they so-called white people, they don't give a damn. They are they are screwed and fuck anything that's they feel is moving. If they can do a bumblebee, they'll do it. They already be doing it to horses and probably cows, all kind of shit. That's that bestiality shit. But a year up, he ain't bring his ass in my life no damn more. Uh-uh. He thought I was gonna sit right there and get on his level. Mm-mm. Go, you. What I really wanted to tell you, that's some stuff that you need to. That's your own call. You need to go in your own race and look for something like that. Cause that ain't nothing I can do for you. That's your culture. Your culture like to uh, have animals and stuff like that. Sleep with dogs and horses and all and cows and mules and donkeys, all kind of shit. Chickens, probably any animal you can think of that they can feel like they can get away with doing what the damn screwing and all. They'll do it. Job said that the so-called white people can't even be trusted outside with their dogs. You can't even trust the so-called white man with the dogs. Like, it's just crazy, man. How yeah, and this yeah, like I said, I want to mention this too, and I want to mention it again. And he watching all the videos. He is. He's somewhere watching every time I go live. He probably gonna sit and click on the video or whatever and watch it because he aware that I have a YouTube channel, and he's aware to see what I'm gonna say about his race of people and him. Yeah, I'm not gonna sit there and hold a conversation with you. He put a comment up under my video. That I When he said that, I just looked at him. Like I just looked at him and then I listened to him and I just went to walking away from him. You know? Yeah, I just walked away from him. Like I'm not comfortable with talking to my enemy, the enemy. What I want to hold a conversation. What's the point of that? You already you hateful in your spirit against a man of color, black and Hispanic people. What are we talking about? No, I don't want to talk to you. No. That's why you hear me, you see me to myself. And the reason I'm more to myself is because our people's condition and brainwash is to go against their own people. You got some of my people, our people, will stand up and testify against you in the courtroom for the damn white man. You got a lot of people that would do that. So why would I want to hold a conversation with somebody like that? You tell me. What's the point of me holding a conversation with somebody like that? You against your damn self. That's the way I see it. You against yourself. So if you against your damn self, what are you gonna think of me? I don't want to speak to people that's against their damn self because you against yourself. You hate yourself because clearly you shows that by your action. Then trying to speak to people as a greeter, it ain't coming from no genuine place. It's just coming from a place where you just programmed and you hired to just repeat the patterns of some shit, but it's not coming from a genuine good place. You just doing it because it's a job. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you would have your people locked up. You will testify against your people in the courtroom and all of that type of stuff. So why would you expect from me is to hold a conversation with my enemy? I don't hold conversation with the devil. I don't hold conversation and waste my time holding my conversation with just anybody. I don't do that. I don't even waste my time doing it with my people if they are brainwashed and conditioned to be a slave for the damn white man. No. Once I find out that they are Uncle Tom's or Sambo and they sell out Uncle Tom's or whatever, I stop talking to them if I find out that's what they are. Once I find out the side you on by your mindset, because I did some videos on this channel probably about 3 years ago. I think it was about 3 years ago. Black people has a white Caucasian mindset. Uh-huh. Black people has a white Caucasian mindset. That means you have the same, you think like your master, you think like the so-called white man. You got his talking points all down packed in your head. You speak just like him. You act just like him and everything. That's what it means. That's what an Uncle Tom Sambo is. They identify with them. They just like Malcolm X said. They'll turn around whatever the master say. They'll go along with it. If the master say that he hot, they gonna say they hot too. If the master say the so-called white man say they tired, they gonna say it too. If the so-called white man say I'm not tired, then they gonna say the same shit. That's what it means to be a damn Uncle Tom. If he tell you it's the watch, well, I'm gonna watch to see if somebody's stealing something today, and if they is, I'm gonna send them off to prison. Yes, sir. Yeah, master. That's what I feel the same way. If I see somebody taking something from you, I'm gonna make sure that they get the time that they deserve. They'll come along and repeat everything that their slave master said, just like Malcolm X said. The field Negro was different from the house Negro. So when I see that greeter that's greeting people at Walmart, not realizing that them white folks will take a gun and blow his damn ass away into a million pieces up in there. They don't care nothing about him. They'll turn around and take and shoot him 1,000 times if they could, and blow splatter his brains and his body and his bones and all that into a million pieces and blood everywhere. They'll take and literally get his blood, drain it, and put it up, let it drain up into something in a cup, a big a big bowl or whatever, and take and drink his blood and eat his flesh and drink his blood and hang him from a tree and laugh at him. That's how they'll do. But you know what I'm saying? He can't see that though. He too damn. He too young to be so damn stupid, and it's a shame. And if his ancestors that really that been through a lot and been through slavery and stuff and understand and in light about that, they would feel some type of way that they got their son and their grandson out there cooning for these damn white folks. They would be so mad and pissed off at him, just like a lot of our people celebrate Thanksgiving. I call it Thanksgiving. Just imagine the Native Americans that were slaughtered and killed by them. They can relate to never trust your enemy. The Native Americans, the original people that was here, or whatever. If they found out, how do you think they would feel if they found out our people were celebrating these holidays or something like that? You know what I'm saying? How would they feel? They would be pissed off. They see we celebrating Thanksgiving. I like to call it Thanksgiving. That's what I call it. Not no damn Thanksgiving and all that type of stuff. You see what I'm saying? How do you think our ancestors would feel if we sit up and celebrating Thanksgiving and knowing exactly the representation and the reason why that they uh, keep this holiday in place like this here, and how they established and got this country like America, so-called America. America. How did America? What is that? That's a white man's name, and Africa is another white man's name. So you're looking at two continents of the name of two people that they named these countries after they colonized these people and took the Native Americans things and they stole their identity, their name, and stole everything and their identity and stuff, and gave our people a fake identity and all that type of stuff. Just give them a fake fucking identity and call. That's why a lot of our people call themselves black, Cuban, Jamaican, Mexican, Hispanic, or whatever you want to say, and Puerto Rican and all that type of stuff. Puerto Rican just simply means rich or poor. You see what I'm saying? And a lot of my people eat that information up, and it's fake information. They don't take time to sit up there and question the information that was passed down to them. They just follow it and just say, "Oh, I'm black. I'm a black man." What's the meaning of all of that? You know what I'm saying? Those are slave labors and slave names that was given to our people back in the day. You see what I'm saying? That's what that was. That's what it is. You see what I'm saying? And you are repeating the patterns of your forefather. You have a stolen. You calling yourself after a stolen identity after these other nations or people conquered your people, and this is what you is is following. This is what you represent. You're representing something that you not aware of, that your colonizers have done to you and to your ancestors and stuff like that and stuff. So the purpose of this video is to come back to your inner self and realize that you are the gods on the planet. You are the sons and you are the daughters on the planet, the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. You are the gods on this planet, not them. You know, not the so-called white men, not so-called white people, whatever you want to call them. You know what I'm saying? And um, yeah, this other man, I told him when I said, "Yo, you watching me?" Huh? He said, "Yeah." I said, "Yeah, yeah, I know it." Maybe that's how he found out I had a YouTube, whatever. But I really do believe that young man, the young brother, that's an asshole for the so-called white man. I believe he might. I'm not saying he did it, but I believe he remembered my YouTube channel of what you know what I'm saying, and he probably went and said, "Oh, he has a YouTube. He do this and that and the third." Then the man walk up to me and say, "Oh well, I put the comment up under your video. You damn devil! How in the fuck you know I got that?" That's what I was saying to myself. You damn devil! How you know I got a YouTube channel? Yeah. So I'm gonna come back and we're gonna talk some more a little bit later on. I'm gonna see y'all in the next video and we'll talk a little bit later. Um, our people sold us out though, you know. Our people sold us out. That's the name of the video to the so-called white people. All right, I'm out.